Hello and welcome to yet another ChapterSkip podcast, volume 5 I believe. Stop smirking, Sean. Yes, I did nearly get my words wrong. That's how I do my intros.
Even Joe managed to get it right last week.
Yeah, come on.
I've had a long day. Anyway, I'm Mark, hello.
I'm Sean, hello.
I'm Joe, hello.
And welcome to volume 5.
We've got a little bit of housekeeping to do before we continue with today's podcast. Last week we mentioned a couple of things that weren't actually factually correct, so we should probably clear those up before we head on. Mark, you've got a currency issue, haven't you?
I don't think I mentioned it in the podcast, so can I let it slide? No, it was just in my review for Red Room. I said whatever 10 million yen translated to $6,500, it's more like £60,000. But I've fixed that in an annotation, that's what they're for.
What about the people that don't have annotations enabled?
Then they should. Enable your annotations.
Yeah, and then you'll find out the real price.
You'll find out that I
yen to
up.
pound conversion. Yeah. And the next mistake was Joe mentioned American Horror Story.
Yeah, I'm fucking stupid. And I thought Zachary Quinto was Eli Roth for some strange reason.
Close enough.
Yeah, I think it was because it was in my little head that it was American Horror Story. Oh right, he's a guest star in the first series. No, he's in them all, I think. So I thought he'd be like a guest star.
You got a little bit
got it completely wrong. So yeah, apologise about that one.
Oh dear, Joe.
Have you knackered your phone screen, Jay?
I certainly have. It's cracked. That's why I need a new one.
Proper broken.
Good old Apple devices. Yeah. iPhones, drop them, they just shatter into a million pieces. I'm still rocking the Nokia phone. You can throw that down the road, run over it, and it still starts working.
They'll be there after the Holocaust.
Along with cockroaches and, I don't know, zombies.
Zombie nation. Squid men. Crab people.
Do we want to grab people? Do we want to start with who did the homework, or you left on I was going to say a cliffhanger, but you had something else you were going to discuss and we didn't have time last week?
Yeah, basically I did some prep last week and got a few odd stories to talk about, and I didn't quite get through them all because we went over an hour and we didn't want to kind of go on forever and ever and ever and ever. So we can kind of continue on with that, or we can go with something new because I think I've got better stuff to talk about.
Okay, no, I don't mind. Do you want to go with that, or start with our homework issues, or I don't really mind what we...
Yeah, let's get the old homework out of the way, which should be interesting. We were talking off camera before we started the podcast. Joe, do you want to tell us your situation with your lack of homework?
I made a boo boo, and I haven't been able to get around to doing it yet this week. So. And
just to remind the listeners, your homework was to watch
Ip Man.
1p
Man.
AKA the 1p Man.
I apologise, I've been busy and I haven't been able to get round to watching it.
And then myself, I was tasked with watching Wolf Creek, and Mark was tasked with watching Fight Club. Who wants to go first? Because I think both of these are going to be fairly interesting.
Mine's going to be fairly short. To be honest, yeah. I put on Fight Club, I watched about 4 minutes like I had before, and then I looked and thought, this is pretty boring. Oh, it's about 2 hours long, fuck this, and turned it off.
So seriously?
It was so boring.
And you made me watch fucking Wolf Creek. The most fucking boring movie in the fucking world. Oh my god. I don't believe this shit.
I'm watching the film, not have someone read a book to me. I don't watch films for narration. And I was
but you're like watching movies where fucking Aussies hang out and drink beer and go to a fucking mountain and then just sit around for ages, and then their car breaks down for a fucking hour and then 40 minutes, you know.
We did say it as a long start.
It's got a head on a stick. He stabbed someone in the spine.
Yeah, but like, if I'd have waited 4 minutes into the movie, I wouldn't have got up to that. You didn't go into your movie. You went 4 minutes into Fight Club, so you didn't get to any of the good bits.
That's the second time I've tried to watch it and gone, this is shit, I'm fucking bored.
Right.
It's one of those.
Jesus Christ.
It's done to me the same as Spring Breakers did, where it made me bored and angry for some reason. I was just like, I can't watch this. I just honestly can't do it.
I thought the point of homework was to kind of stretch yourself and push yourself into watching movies that we're not necessarily going to watch. And like, I was thinking the same. Like the first hour of Wolf Creek, I was just sitting there just going,
it is pretty boring the first time.
Oh, this is so fucking shit. And then it's like, oh, okay, their car's broken down. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen now. They're going to get caught and they're going to get tortured and raped and whatever. What happened? It was so fucking predictable. It's so boring. And yeah, I really didn't.
I think you played the bad guy well though.
Nah, he was so annoying as well. I'm a jokey Australian, nah, look at me, oh, mate, it's like, oh, Jesus. And the three main characters were annoying as hell. You didn't even have any reason to like them. And then when they did get tortured and killed and whatnot, you were just like, good, fuck them. Fuck their stupid little British accents, fuck their stupid Aussie accents, fuck his bald head, fuck his shit tattoos.
Hey, I've got a bald head and...
Yeah, but you're not...
I can't say shit tattoos.
A weird fake Aussie guy. Was he actually Australian, the main guy?
Yeah, I mentioned his name last week. Hold on. Let me refer back to my notes from last week. His name. Shit, we're alright. John Jarratt. Yeah, Mick Taylor was the bad guy. That's it. John Jarratt's actor's name. Yeah, because he was in 100 Bloody Acres, I think.
No, I meant the...
Oh, the hitchhiking kid.
Yeah, the main kid who kind of was just a bit like... Yeah, I'm in it, I'm an annoying little guy, and then he just kind of weren't in the rest of the movie, which is a bit like, okay. So the main portion of the movie was almost based around him. You know, he goes and gets the car, he's taking these two girls on a road trip, he's telling them all about Wolf Creek, and then it's like, they get captured, and then he just fucks off somewhere, and then manages to escape. So, spoiler at the end. I've already said this shit.
Oh, it's been out for a few years, though, isn't it?
You're not going to watch it, don't bother watching it.
I think we're allowed spoilers for anything that's been out over 5 years at least.
Yeah. Anyway.
Although, saying about spoilers, I did watch something else, which probably didn't help, because before I watched Fight Club, I watched Gravity, and I think that's probably what put me in the mood of I can't watch another shit film. Because Gravity, there will be a spoiler for the end of Gravity, or bits of Gravity, so, you know, you put your fingers in your ears perhaps. First 20 minutes, because you've seen Gravity, haven't you, Sean?
I did, yeah, I watched
You've seen it as well.
Yeah.
First 20 minutes I thought were quite good, although it was literally the faceless guy, because it's like, oh, there's another astronaut with him. Oh, he's
the comedian, Lake Joke.
They breathe in his face, didn't even see the guy.
And look at me with no face.
But I quite like the first 10-20 minutes, and then I realised the rest of the film is basically someone going...
Hyperventilating.
And then the alarm's going... Meh, 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 meh. And that was another
and then
fucking hour
George
of the film.
Clooney comes back and helps her out, but he's not there.
I hated that, yeah.
Whoa, you didn't even put that in.
Yeah.
Did you know that was George Clooney's idea to do that? That was his idea.
Was it?
Initially, when he came back, I was thinking, if this is supposed to be real, her eyes should have been at least sucked out slightly. And how has he survived? The power of handsome helped him survive space. And it was like, oh, it's a dream. And a dream that told her how to fly a fucking spaceship. I hated the end.
Well, for me, the whole thing was like, I knew this movie was going to be all stylistic and all style over substance. You know, the plot was fairly simple. They go up into space, shit goes down, she spins around for about an hour, and then they come back to Earth. You know,
the effects were amazing.
Yeah, it looked
That's
amazing.
Why I like the first 20 minutes. The camera done clever things where it was outside the helmet, went into the space helmet, come out again, and it was like, oh, that's quite
and
clever.
And the close-ups on them when they're like, and then all the people behind them, what they're doing.
But a lot of that start as well was done
with
with camera trickery, but to make it look like it was one long shot, and it's like, this is quite good just from a directorial point of view. And then it was like,
I wouldn't say
it's just
out of this world amazing.
But they could have used the same technology and then just had like David Attenborough narrating over there, just like, here in space we see.
I swear at the end of the film when she woke up on the beach, she was going to turn around and look up in the sky and it'd be like fucking Mufasa, and you'd see George Clooney's face in the stars going like, don't worry, the power of handsome will be with you always.
Go find your kid.
I was like, oh, this film's shit. Because I'd watched that before I watched Fight Club, and that kind of like, I was in a bit of a grub then from having watched a shit film. And then going to watch Fight Club, I was like, I can't watch another shit film, I need to fucking... So I may give it another go at another point, but it was
you have to.
I think you should, and I think I should obviously, get ready to do my 1p man homework.
It was basically, I was on the tail of having stepped in a dog turd, and look, I thought I was stepping in another one, so I kind of stopped.
Oh,
I took a different route, basically.
Oh, that's no cool. That's not very good.
Come on.
I can't believe I did my homework out of you two guys.
You only done it last night as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did watch it last night, yeah.
I did feel a bit guilty. I was like, Sean's really like cramming in his homework here, and I've like gone, nah, fuck it.
Yeah, I watched it skimped out on sleep. I need my sleep, need my beauty sleep. And then I just sat there and watched it, and I was like, oh my god. What have I got myself in for? It's another one of those fucking Aftershock / Hostel shitty movies where the first hour is just like, hey, we're crazy teen guys, we party, we drink, we're gonna go on a road trip, and then we're gonna get kidnapped by a guy, and then we're gonna, it's just so fucking linear, it's so predictable, it's just... And the bad guy didn't even like intimidate me, he was sort of joking around, and there were so many dumb moments from the characters. Like for instance, when the first girl, she wakes up after being drugged, and then she sort of, she wakes up, she manages to escape, and then she just sits there watching for ages, watching her friend get like beaten up and tortured, and the guy's like, oh, I've got a bullet in my gun, I'm gonna shoot you again. She's like, no, don't shoot me. And then obviously she makes a noise, so he gets distracted. She hides, she grabs the gun, points it to his fucking head after he has just kidnapped them both, and then just goes, don't move. It's like, shoot the fucker in the head. Movie over, you get out of there, there's 1,000 cars you can use, you're out of there.
I must admit,
and then she fucking like misses.
They do that though, don't they?
That must be when you get like...
There were so many points where,
that they've got that moral thing of, I cannot take a human life. Like, they've been torturing the shit out of you and your friends, kill them.
Yeah.
That does annoy me.
If I saw some guy beating the shit out of one of my friends who's tied up and is about to rape them, he's rubbing his cock out all over her head. Well,
let it go.
I'd be like, fuck it. Let's just get ourselves
Joe'll be right, he's enjoying himself.
But yeah, the first thing is you don't put the gun to the guy's head and then just go like, freeze, or like, don't do that to my friend. You shoot first, then you ask questions later. If you get caught by the police and they say, oh, you've murdered some guy, you just be like, well, the guy was about to fucking rape my friend, he's about to kill us.
Self-defense.
And then if you'd have known what was going to happen, you were going to get fucking stabbed in the spine and you were going to become a vegetable.
Yeah.
Like, think of the scene like in Pulp Fiction when he's getting bombed. It'd be like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, with Zed.
Yeah, and he goes back and fucks him up with a samurai sword. It's like,
Because he had that moment of, I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and then because they didn't like each other, and he went back and rescued him.
It's just like these movie writers and these directors are just writing stupid characters that you don't like, and it's like, why do people invest that much time into kind of watching these movies when they're characters you don't like because, well, for one reason they were just annoying, they were just like, they had no sort
I like the film though.
But there was no sort of backstory to them, they weren't likeable, they didn't do anything that made you think, oh, I could relate to this character. They were just sort of, random backpackers going across Australia. You didn't really know their motivation, you didn't know why they wanted to go to Wolf Creek. Yeah, they probably wanted to get fucking drunk. It's like, wow, would be, good reasoning. And then, it's just,
well,
it was just so obvious.
I should clarify, when I say I liked the film, I don't think it was like, wow, amazing.
No.
But I didn't hate it either. To me, it was like, it did what I needed to do.
The start was boring, I didn't really like the start, but when they break down or something and he rescues them from then, when he helps them, that's when it starts going a bit weird.
Right, literally, I was watching the movie and there was one point where I just thought, I could have just skipped the whole, DVD along up to this one point. It's when they black out and she wakes up and she's tied up.
When they're
then I think the movie would have been half decent, but it was just that whole hour of just nothingness, just boring monotony and just inane fucking stupidity from these characters. And then if I literally started it like at the hour mark and she woke up in a room, I'd have been like, okay, this is interesting. She's tied up. I wonder what's going to go on. Then she escapes. She causes a fire. She goes and a friend's been kidnapped. Oh, it's this weird guy. He's tortured. Like, yeah, this is interesting. That guy's a dick. But it's just like, why just proceed it with all this fucking nonsense?
I think they're trying to make it like a nice chilled sort of, this is a fun film, and then bring that sort of darkness in.
Shall we move on from home? You didn't do yours. I barely did mine. And you went, oh, fucking
barely, did you? 4 minutes? That's better.
I timed it, 4 minutes 20 seconds.
4 minutes?
Just getting angry.
You made me sit through an hour and 40 of that shit.
Well, better if it was like
Wolf Creek in space. 4 minutes and 20 seconds of narration though.
Would it have been better if it was in space, probably?
But you got to...
No, because you don't like the idea of Machete kills again in space.
That's just lazy writing, isn't it? We're going to take it
space.
Hellraiser
went to space. Jason went to space.
See?
Freddy never done the space thing.
No.
That's next for the Freddy franchise.
Yeah.
He's too hipster. Too
hipster for space.
Yeah. With his cool sweater on.
I've seen a new film this week.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that.
Raid 2.
You watched it?
Right.
I want to watch it, but I haven't been able to.
Problem is, I had to go for a late viewing. So it's like 10 o'clock. Well, it's supposed to be 10 o'clock. It starts at 10:30. The film's 2.5 hours long. I was really tired, so I couldn't. I lost some of the plot nuances, but
isn't it?
really, really good. It's not the same film. If you're expecting a carbon copy of the first film, you're not going to get it, because the first film there was a plot. And it done a pretty good job, but it was mainly like 80% full on action. This has got a full comprehensive story going on.
Yeah, I think
package.
From what I've heard, like people are saying, there's a decent story going along, and there's a shit ton of ass kicking. Like the first movie.
But
good action.
More than just the first one there was some good martial arts and some good gunfights, and now they've got the big standout scene in this car chase. But it's not just how well the car chase. There's some really clever camera work in it. I'm sure there's a bit in the car chase where the camera's outside the car, it moves into the vehicle and goes up to the driver. Another car pulls up alongside him, and then the camera tracks into the back of the car and then goes out of the car towards the other one. You're like, don't know how you've done it. It's obviously been, computer editing and stuff like that, but it was so cleverly done. You're like, fuck, that's really good. I've not seen it done before.
Well, you say that. Alfonso Cuarón, who also directed a movie called Children of Men, and I haven't actually seen the movie, but like everyone always raves on about like this one scene. It sounds very similar to that. These guys, and it's got like Clive Owen.
Right,
Clive Owen in it, and there's five people in the car, and like the camera's inside the car, and the car, it goes in the car, and it goes back out the car, and around the car, and through the car, and you watch the back, sort of like behind the scenes, and you're watching the actors like dodge the cameras and combine, and they're in for their part, they do their lines, and the camera sort of goes back through the car, and you see the construct of it's on like a trailer bed, and the car's like cut, and you can see where the camera's going through. Right. So I think it might do sort of stuff like that.
Is that the film about where there's no more children?
I've not actually seen the movie, but I've only seen that one particular.
If it's that film, it's been out a little while, yeah. This film.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and Banksy done all the all the graffiti and all the artwork for it. And stuff.
Right. Yeah. So I think.
Boo! Don't like Banksy. Enough of that.
Did you watch 5 minutes of his work?
Yeah.
His stencil.
He looked at one of his stencils and went, he's shit!
You looked at half his stencil. You looked at half his stencil.
You were watching Banksy's stencil and going, oh, you're using a stencil! Yeah. I don't like that.
Do it freehand, you tossbag.
The reason he done that is just to throw it up, but yeah, just to throw it real quick and get it out there.
It's not what graffiti's about. That's only because I know people that are graffiti artists, I think, and they were like, boo, Banksy.
Nah.
Not going to see the point.
Anyway, talking about Raid 2.
Let's go off that.
Really, really good. It does follow on directly from the first film when...
Okay, cool.
They'd arrested the old guy. I'm not going to say too much for people who haven't seen the original one. And him and his brother were staying behind as looking after the criminals. Him and his mate.
I like that.
But then going back for the old guy, sort of taken back, and he was told there is at least one person you can trust out of the police, and it's then to do with him going to that guy, and then he gets given this undercover job because the whole people in the tower were just like a small part of the bigger picture. They're just a small fish in a big pond, and they're trying to get to the main guys and find out which of the coppers are corrupt and that they're on their payroll. And there's a few familiar faces in there as well, because you've seen Macabre, haven't you, Jay? Did you see that one, the other Indonesian one?
Yes, with the mother in the family where they stay at their
Her
house,
oldest son, he's, I've written his name down, I'll apologise if I don't pronounce it
As per usual.
Yeah. It's something like Arifin Putra, I think. He was the guy at Macabre who was the oldest son.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And he's in this, he's the guy who, is it Rama in it? What's his name? Iko Uwe, his character in. Yeah, he's the guy he has to get close to in prison so he can get in with his syndicate if you want. And I'm pretty sure the chap that was out of... Because Timo Chayanto, who did Macabre, did Ellis for Libido. And he done that. And him and Gareth Evans done a segment on VHS2, that Safe Haven. Yeah. And you know the creepy old guy in Ellis for Libido, the one who's jacking off to the child.
Is he in that as well?
He was in it. He's another gangster thing, but
it's good that
his little group was doing like dodgy porn movies. Some woman comes out with a huge strap on and that, and they're like, get back in there and fuck that guy we got off the street kind of thing. But no, it's got a really good story, and as expected, the action is excellent, and it's so well choreographed. It is fluid. You don't get lost in the action, even though it's so fast and friendly. You can follow it all beautifully. Was
that always planned to do the Raid 2? Was it? Or was he just trying to show you
he
what he could
first.
do? I was just wondering if he could show you what he could do with a smaller thing.
Well, no, because he done before the Warrior.
Essentially, it is. He had the second one written in the story, and then I'm guessing he was a bit like, I haven't got the budget to make that kind of action flick, so he made more of a condensed version, and then that was like you said.
Before that, he done a film starring the same. I think it was Iko Uwe again, called Marantau Warrior. Which was like quite a cool little film.
Well, we covered most of this in our Raid 2 trailer review, didn't we?
So but the films are really, really good. Definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I really, really
want to see it. I don't know how long they're going to be showing it because it's just one of the subtitle film. Is it going to be on for much more than a week or two?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's 2.5 hours long, so that's why I was like, I'm getting tired and I didn't want to. I really wanted to.
It's horrible when you brain.
I definitely need to watch it again. So it's be like, as soon as it's out DVD, I'm going to grab it and buy it. I think I lost a few plot details here and there.
Yeah, depending on how long it is in the cinema for. Might depend on whether I catch it in the movies or whether I catch it on DVD when it comes out. Hopefully, it won't take too long to come out on DVD because a lot of people are saying it's pretty badass. A lot of people are saying.
I know a lot of them are saying it's like the best action film ever, but I'm kind of I don't know. No, I'd still say Hard Boiled. I don't know if you've seen that one, John
I
Woo.
haven't heard of it.
I still class that as the best action film ever. There's another actor in it. The guy who played Mad Dog in the first one.
Yeah, I know you mean.
He fights him and his brother Andy, don't he, towards the end. He's in it again, but as a different character. So that was kind of like a cool
Right.
deal. I'm sitting there going, that's Mad Dog, isn't it? I'm like, sure it is. Like, yeah, it's just got long hair and a beard. Yeah. There's probably quite a few actors that they've done that with.
Yeah.
but
I watched like the first raid ages ago, so I can't really remember a lot about it.
I watched the second one last night, and I watched the raid on Saturday in preparation for it, so I could go and do it.
I think if I do that, I really want to watch the first one, just kind of get myself refreshed again, and kind of get myself in that kind of mood. But yeah, speaking of sequels, I've got a list of sequels that are going to come out very, very shortly, and I just wanted to kind of run a few by you and see if you were maybe excited about them, give a damn about them.
We're going to vomit in
Yeah. Well, you know, some might not be, some might be.
I'll have a drink of water in preparation. Then.
But the article I read, it's 129 movie sequels currently in the works.
Blimey.
So there's a lot. Obviously, I'll skip through them and I'll line up a couple of good ones. Here we go. Alan Partridge 2.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
love the first one.
I really like the first
I'm
one.
not one for comedy movies that much, but I've really liked Alan
It's his
Partridge.
style, though, and again,
Yeah.
it's a bit. You know, it's
Like, if you like Alan Partridge as a character, if you like Steve Coogan's humour, you know, if you watch Knowing Me, Knowing You, and I'm Alan Partridge,
Yeah.
I think
you'll get
even
the
without
movie.
being that familiar, you could still. I think you'd still get it.
So the weird thing is, because we didn't do a review of it, we only did a trailer review, didn't we? We didn't get to do a complete movie review of it. But when I watched it, I felt weird in the cinema because I was laughing my arse off at like the dialogue and the funny, and not a lot of people were laughing. So I was a bit like, do people get it? Do people not really find it that funny, or do people just not really understand the character so they don't know? You know, there's a little bit of backstory. So some of the jokes they drop, you know, are in reference to the series and stuff like, you know, and his mannerisms and his and his, you know, all that kind of stuff, and the whole sort of where it's set around sort of Norwich and his sort of radio show and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't think people got it. So I was a bit like, I don't think people are enjoying this. I was really enjoying it, but I don't know.
Because I'm not that familiar with the character. I watched Know Me, Knowing You, but then didn't really bits when he was in. What did they do? They done like a mock news program, and he was in it as a sports presenter.
Yeah.
The Day Today was it?
Yeah,
The Day Today. That was it.
Today,
I saw them, but then I never watched that much more other than like the first couple of seasons.
Yeah,
so
I'm
not
Alan
super
Partridge
familiar
is really,
with
really
That's
funny.
what I watched the most. I'm Alan Partridge.
Yeah,
It's
right.
great.
Here's another one. Batman vs Superman has been announced. Obviously, they're making that at the moment. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this one. Beetlejuice 2.
That's been on and off for God knows how many years, hasn't it?
Yeah, but
Is it still Michael Keaton though?
It says Burton would direct again, and Michael Keaton has indicated he'll be back in the lead role. Okay. So if it's done in a similar vein, if Michael Keaton's still in it, if it still feels very Beetlejuicy, I can dig it.
I think it's one of those films where everyone was surprised there wasn't a sequel. Originally, because it done so well, I think, and everyone really took to the characters.
Yeah, but Tim Burton's not really a sequel kind of guy, is he? Really? I don't think has he done a sequel before.
No, that's a good point, actually. No,
I think all his movies just seem to kind of, he does one and did he do Batman and Batman 2?
He done one of them, didn't he? Done the one with the penguin. What's that one with the penguin?
Oh, he did do the second one.
Batman.
Yeah, that's probably it then.
Flashback from the 80s and 90s. Bill and Ted 3.
Really?
Yeah.
The same cast?
Let's
Still
have a look.
Keanu and Alex Winter.
Both Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves have confirmed that Bill and Ted 3 is in the works.
I'm up for that.
Yeah, I think that'd be really funny. It says it would pick up Bill and Ted's story in modern day.
Alright, okay.
Which would be quite cool if they've, I don't know, if they went on tour with the Wild Stallions and kind of became sort of famous and stuff, and then probably maybe they kind of, people didn't like them as much.
As long as it sticks with them and doesn't do the whole, they've had kids, like I presume it's going to do with the Goonies thing, where it's going to do, here they are, they've had kids, let's follow their kids and their story. It's like, no, I want to see them doing their dumb shit, and, presume, are they still married to the princesses, or has something happened there? And,
well, I don't know. It's kind of
cool. Is it doing after the same guy directing it? Was it Ed Solomon or whatever?
Let me just have a look at my notes. Doesn't say anything right here.
Sure, it was Ed Solomon, because then the bad guy in the second one was his name reversed, so it was Ed Solomon, and then it was Denomalos, which is Ed Solomon. Ed Solomon backwards.
Solomon.
That'd be cool. I'm up for Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. Something that we're probably aware of, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Clerks 3. Yeah. You actually mentioned Clerks 2 last week as one of your go-back-to movies. And from what I've heard, I'm an avid listener of the Smodcast, which is Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier's podcast. They sometimes talk about it, and Kevin Smith is sort of saying, Clerks 1 was his kind of his youth and his kind of going through youth, and Clerks 2 was him sort of growing up and sort of becoming a man and finding love and stuff, and Clerks 3, by the sounds of it, will be him sort of facing middle age and all the things that kind of happen there. So
if I have to give him a request for Clerks 3, though, more of is it Elias? That kid was awesome. He was such
he was
a cool
really
character.
Funny. Yeah,
and he helped break it up between.
Yeah, he did. He was really funny.
Yeah.
A couple of another one, Dread 2.
Really
That's
enjoyed.
weird you say that. I only just the other day finally got around to putting my name on the petition for the Make a Dread 2.
Oh yeah,
they've been doing that. Yeah, I know they have now reached 150,000 people, but I'm like, shit, I must do it, because Carl Urban done a thank you video and all that, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah,
original was amazing, wasn't it?
Alex Garland and Carl Urban remain keen to make a sequel to Dread. The first film struggled to make the box office, but a very active fan campaign for Dread 2 has played its part too. So
that's because the trailer wasn't. The trailer didn't wow me that much for Dread.
Yeah,
I think everyone still remembers how crap the Stallone one was.
That's what was in my mind, before I watched it.
A lot of people
when you said watch it,
and you're like, no, it's fuck all to do.
Yeah, when you said watch it, I was a bit like, alright, I'll give it a go, and I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
It was similar to The Raid.
Yeah,
in plot,
I suppose with the whole,
but I thought they got it just right. And there's a few, there's not blatant references, there's odd little ones here and there in the graffiti and so on that fans of the characters and 2000 AD are going to get. But
yep, definitely.
So he's going to sort out his dog. That's like noise scratching at the door.
Yeah. Calm down, doggy. Quick, while Joe's out the room, let's slag him off.
Yeah.
Joe's a knob, Joe's a dick. Joe's got a small willy and massive nipples and stuff.
Massive nipples.
You've got a small willy. I can hear you.
Anyway, here's something that kind of ties into the cliffhanger type thing that I had last week.
I should point out the Dread thing was the last of my notes, so I've got nothing left to go on.
Okay. Indiana Jones 5.
I didn't like the Crystal Skull? No,
set.
I didn't think it was great.
Yeah, which is and then as that was released,
although
people
everyone
were saying,
really slagged it for the whole, especially the nuclear bomb fridge thing, but I didn't like the second Indiana Jones, to be honest. The Temple of Doom. Bits of that. He survives a plane crash on an inflatable dinghy. Is that any more ridiculous than surviving a nuclear explosion in a fridge?
I don't know.
It's on that same. It's almost on that same level.
I'm going to admit I've never really been interested in Indiana Jones. I can't say.
Raiders of the Lost Ark was brilliant.
Yeah, I've heard it's like a cult classic, but apparently Harrison Ford is rumoured to not be coming back, so I don't know whether they're going to go back in time and do a young Indy, or whether they're just going to be like...
New one,
the young Indy's dead though, isn't he? Who played him, River Phoenix.
Yeah, but in the new one they've done it so Thingy's his son, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
Transformers kid. No.
Shia LaBeouf.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't want an Indiana Jones.
There's I read an article and there's the top 10 actors to play Indiana Jones. I'll run through a list and see if you think these guys could pull off Indiana Jones.
Physically?
Yeah. Well,
if you wank off Harrison Ford, you could be the new Indiana Jones.
Funny you say that. Harrison Ford probably does wank off Harrison Ford, but yeah, he's obviously if he does reprise the role, he will obviously play Indy. But another one here, Bradley Cooper. What do you reckon? As long as you don't kind of go too funny with it, I think he's kind of got this sort of look.
He's doing really well for himself.
Out of all the rest of the list, he's probably the highest one on there.
I've not seen him do anything, I don't think, outside, because the only thing I watched was Hangover 3. Oh no, he did A-Team as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did the A-Team.
He plays them well.
He was decent in American Hustle. That was sort of wasn't kind of like a comedy role or anything like that. And Liam Neeson. Or was he a bit too badass to be Indy?
I will find your treasures.
And I will whip you.
And I will return them. More or less in the same state as I found them.
Because I am an architect.
That's the other thing I didn't get in Crystal Skull. People were moaning because it's aliens in this one. And to me it was like, is that any more ridiculous than God in the other ones? Because, I don't know.
And Ray Winston in it, which was cool.
Well, I don't know. He wasn't calling people a fucking twat, was he?
Where's your fucking tool, you cunt?
Matthew McConaughey. Matthew
Really-
McConaughey
really good actor
is
again,
an
but-
amazing actor, but I can't see him as Indy.
I'm always to the point where you just give up on Indy now, unless they've decided
Let
shit,
him die.
The last one was bad. We need to do a really good one.
Well, that was their thinking. They were just like, people hated this shit out of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and they just thought, right, we need to rectify this.
Surely just let's put out Raiders of the Lost Ark in a big special edition and hope everyone will forgive us.
Let's just CGI Bradley Cooper's face on it and just say it's a new movie.
What's the thing? Are they going to go down the CGI route? CGI, what was it? Fucking not chipmunks. Little prairie dogs, weren't it, and stuff. And it's like, this bullshit. Forget it. CGI ants.
Here's one that I can't see at all. Nicholas Hoult. But then again, I couldn't see him as Beast. But I think he played Beast pretty well in X-Men. Whatchamadoodle.
Because Future Past. No,
not Days of Future Past. Yeah, X-Men. Yeah, the most recent.
The beginning or whatever it was. Last Stand.
No, it's Last Stand and then
What the hell was that? The new that one. Yeah. The one with Kevin Bacon.
First Class.
That's it.
X-Men First Class. Yeah, he played a fairly decent Beast in that.
I forgot he was Beast.
Although a lot of people had a lot of issues with the way that he looked. He's a bit sort of bright blue and fluffy, isn't he? But I think they've changed the look on him in Days of Future Past.
Well, they did do him before he was. No, he was still a person, wasn't he? Before he came all bright blue.
No, well, yeah. He in the movie he's trying to find a cure for Jennifer Lawrence's character.
Yeah, and he becomes.
Yeah, and he obviously puts on himself, doesn't he? He's just like, I've just turned blue.
See, I don't think he was right for the character though, because Beast was a big guy. That's the nature of why he's called.
Yeah.
Part of why he was called Beast as well. Not because he was a blue fairy guy. He was he was big anyhow.
Yeah.
That was his mutation in a way that he was big and he was agile and super smart. But,
keeping on the X-Men kick, Michael Fassbender as Indy.
I don't know.
I can't imagine that. And staying with the X-Men kick, Hugh Jackman. Could you see him as that?
Is he a bit too ripped though to be a...
An archaeologist?
Remember this guy's a professor.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd probably have his a ripped shirt on, ripped up here.
Yeah.
Throwing punches, breaking rocks, and what I'd running out, chasing after him. Fuck you, rock.
Yeah, with his Wolverine claws. Just I forgot
probably Bradley Cooper.
Yeah. Another couple of names: Gerard Butler and Carl Urban. But I can't imagine those as Indy either. Bradley Cooper's at the top of my list, obviously apart from Harrison Ford, but he is Indy anyway, so he'd fit in quite nicely.
It's kind of such an established character, it'd be hard to picture anyone else doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
But as long as they don't go down the whole route of his son's going to carry on, because I don't want an Indiana Jones Shia LaBeouf movie.
Yeah, but he's not famous anymore. So
he is a cannibal though.
Is he? Yeah, actual cannibal.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Oh dear. Here's one that you would love, Mark. Karate Kid 2.
I didn't see the remake of the first one.
Did you not?
Will Smith thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, little James Smith.
It was alright.
I didn't mind it actually. I thought it was alright.
What do you think? What did you go? Here's one that you'll like, Mark. No, and I'll go.
Yeah, because I thought it's kind of a sequel to a remake
sequel. To a sequel of it. Yeah.
Here's one that you'll definitely love. Machete Kills in Space.
Yeah. I know you guys didn't like them, especially
but I didn't like the second one.
I liked it because it just went. I'm not going to take myself serious. I'm going to have a massive, just big dose of fun with it.
Just
and run mental with it. And
Rodriguez,
I like that.
just forget about it. Just
keep doing it.
Stick Danny Trejo in Sin City. That would be good enough. That would be fine.
That would be
add Machete.
He puts him in everything else he does. He was in all the Spy Kids films as Machete. He was called in that. Yeah, he's like Uncle Machete or something they called him.
Yeah.
Can't say I watched the Spy Kids movie. To be fair.
I did because I was like, I wanted to see if they're okay for my daughter, so I've got that excuse of, I can watch them, Miss Rodriguez, I'll give them a go. They're really weird, but yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see young Machete when he was called like Penknife or something. That was more like it.
Switchblade.
Spud gun.
Dun dun dun. Pacific Rim 2.
Yay!
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. More giant robots, more giant monsters, more smashing and crashing and using boats as
split audiences as well. That film.
You reckon?
It was. Glenn was around mine last night and he didn't like it at all. He was like, bloody Pacific Rim, and I thought
it was amazing.
Yeah,
it's giant monsters fighting giant robots.
What more can you know?
And it done everything you wanted it to do.
Exactly.
I sat there in the cinema and I just felt like I was a little kid watching a movie for almost the first time. I was just like, this is fucking amazing. I'm hoping I get that feeling again with bloody Godzilla comes out.
Pacific Rim versus Godzilla.
Well, that sort of.
It is a sort
it's
of
in the
style.
same sort of region, but it's a bit like.
It's the same genre because the kaiju thing is a genre, and I've seen some weird kaiju films, I must admit, but.
Taken 3.
Nah,
Two was amazing. Two wasn't.
Taken 1 was
What are you going to kidnap this time?
him. I will find me. And I will avenge.
Liam Neeson's character's got all, what is it? We forget things.
The dry cleaner hasn't returned his suit.
What's it called? We forget
Amnesia.
Amnesia.
Insomnia.
Well, what I've got.
Yeah. Something we can't remember.
Yeah, he's got amnesia. I will find someone. What was I saying again, love? What was I saying again?
What am I doing? Who are you?
I just want to see him solving problems for everyday people, just like random. Like, I've lost one of my shoes. I will find it, and I will return it.
Please, sir, I've lost my kitten. Have you seen it anywhere?
My kitten's stuck up in the tree.
We've got to look for this kitten.
There's loads on here that I could mention, but
did I just see a picture of The Incredibles?
Yeah, Incredibles 2.
Oh, cool! I like Incredibles.
Don't know when it's happening, but we just know it's happening. Pixar have confirmed the sequel to Incredibles is on the way, and yeah, that's all the news is on there.
Okay.
But it's going to
I liked
happen. Yeah, good stuff. The Raid 3 is apparently
I was thinking that because obviously I'm not going to discuss the end, and it does have a fairly conclusive ending, but I was still thinking there's still things that haven't been explained to me because. Well, I don't know. I can't really say, but it's still like obviously know that he's going to go undercover, and they're like, yeah, we'll put your wife and daughter or whatever in a safe place and all this sort of thing. And you kind of like don't really know what happens to them. So you're kind of like, does he get reunited with them? Is more going on? It's kind of like it settles its own plot, but it's left a few other things where you kind of like, I don't know what's happened with these little bits. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it says here the writer of this article is obviously a big Gareth Evans fan.
Gareth Evans?
It says writer, director, editor, lord of movie violence, Gareth Evans is planning a third film in the Raid series, although he's going to take a couple of years away because it's going to come out in either 2017 or 2018, so that's a long way away.
I think he should do something else though, as a little... Yeah, have a crack at something else for a bit and then go back to it. Yeah, maybe, you don't want to be just like that guy. But I mean, what did he make the Raid 2? 4.5 million? It looks a lot more than that. It looks like a massive, like 50 million Hollywood movie kind of thing.
He's doing well then from it, so that's good.
But Lord of Violence, that's the thing. I think a lot of critics will be like, oh, it's so violent, but it's within...
Yeah, within context, I reckon.
It's in context and it's not gratuitously over the top.
Not that sort of style.
It's within the boundaries of what would happen in that situation. So, I don't know, no,
bring it on.
Finishing this list off, there's loads more on here, but I'll pose this one to you guys. World War Z, or Z, 2.
How's he going to have more magazines to wrap around himself and stuff?
You mean Brad Pitt the movie too? Brad Pitt versus Zombies 2.
Brad Pitt. What's it called? Plan B, isn't it? This company?
apparently...
Apparently World War Z1 made 500 million off the cinema run, so obviously they're going to make another one.
Why don't you just fight yourself like loads of clones? They could be like Brad fighting
zombies and Brad
clones.
And his little families, his little Brad Pitt little faces and that.
Little Brad Pitt faces.
Oh, come here, little family.
And his wife and the child that they stole from an African family. And
then they get stuck in traffic, and then that lorry
comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, comes out of nowhere and goes straight by them.
And then the man shoots himself when he falls over on the floor.
The most important man slips on the fucking rope on the what do you call it?
This guy, I say, was always slipped over and shot himself.
He was shit.
Because I didn't even know what happened. I just thought, he's fell over, and it's like, wait, he shot himself.
Just waiting for Brad to go. Who gave him a fucking gun?
Yeah. I don't get it though, because it was so far removed from the book. Because the book is basically
more darker as well.
Well, the book is set after the apocalypse, and it's a guy who's going out doing interviews, talking to survivors. Okay. And it's just so well done. You just sort of spend a chapter talking to this old Chinese guy, and he's talking about when it first happened in their town. There's like a sunken village, and someone had gone diving or something, and they'd found like a corpse in there that had come to life, and that's kind of how it started. And then he's trying to follow the trail of how it all began, or just people that had like, I survived, I was trapped in this mountain top for 10 days, and you find out this person may have been nuts and hallucinated. It's just so well done. That's why I like the audiobook, because it's not just one person reading the book. When he gets to the bit, he's interviewing an old Chinese guy. It's an old Chinese guy doing the voice. So when he's interviewing a woman, it's some woman doing the voice, and it just sounded like you were actually listening to a proper interview with these people. It was really good.
I thought you didn't like narration, Mark.
That's an audiobook. It's supposed to be. It's not a film. I was picturing it in my head.
No, you could picture that in your head.
If I watch Fight Club with my eyes closed.
And watch the picture as well.
You like Quentin Tarantino? He's heavy on that sort of style stuff. That's what he does. That sort of narrations and stuff.
No, this was done pretty much as an interview. It would have worked better as a mini-series. So as each episode would have been each of the people that he goes to interview.
I think you should just have a planet of...
Because like we said in the planet of Brad Pitts.
This world has gone to the pits.
Very good.
Shall we move along from movies and let's talk a little bit about something fun, shall we?
Go on then.
Let's talk about dying children.
That's my kind of fun.
Well, not exactly. It's a sad story, but it's kind of uplifting at the same time.
I'm not sure where you're going with this, and I'm not sure whether I should stay for this or just go, I've got to go, guys. Bail out while I can.
Dying children.
Yeah. Well,
as a bloke who's about to have a new child born in about 3 weeks' time, I'm really not sure about this topic.
Well, she's not dying anyway.
Is this a film?
No. Basically, I just read this article and I thought, it's kind of sad, but it's kind of uplifting at the same time. There's this little girl in Manchester who's got this eye disease, and shortly she's going to go blind. And so she's made a bucket list, and loads of people have contributed and given her money so she can go and do all her crazy stuff, you know. Yeah. And her bucket list includes, you know, going to zoos, aquarium museums, Legoland.
ChapterSkip.
Yeah. And, of course, Disneyland. And I thought, you know, rather than talking about sort of all the sad things about people being blind and, you know, children and whatnot, I thought maybe we could talk about bucket list.
I've just got one thing, because you guys have all done Disneyland, haven't you?
No, I've not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Did you do that Small World ride?
Don't think that was there when I was there.
Oh, it would have been. It's been there since they built it.
Oh, right.
For those that don't know, it's it's an indoor boat ride, and this one song plays called "It's a Small World," and you go through, and each zone is all with puppets, it's different nationalities, and it's the same song all the way around. But for each bit you go, and the language changes. So you hear it in French, you'll go German, Dutch, whatever, and it goes on and on, and it's so pastel coloured and twee and horrible. It's the worst thing in the fucking world.
Really?
I swear it's the entrance to hell.
Worse than Fight Club?
Yes.
First 4 minutes.
Because that I could stop. I could bail out the boat.
That's your homework for next week. You've got to go on the It's a Small World ride and ride it for 2 hours. Watch Fight Club.
I'll give.
We're doing a Kickstarter page, so we need money for Max to go to Disney World.
Whenever we've been, the wife's like, "Oh, it's a tradition. You've got to go in it." And I swear, like, I'm going to be in it, and suddenly it's going to erupt into flames. Satan's going to appear and drag me. That is my hell. That ride.
Went on a Buzz Lightyear ride. That was brilliant.
Buzz Lightyear ride was cool. You shoot the other cars and they spin round. Yeah.
That was well.
Anyway, yeah.
Sorry,
we got distracted by promoting an evil corporation there, Disney.
Sort of talking about bucket lists, and somebody on my Facebook feed put up a picture of they went to a zoo and took a picture of a panda, and they're like, yeah, just tick that off my bucket list. So I was just wondering, you know, what kind of crazy stuff have you guys got on your bucket list? I know a lot of people have got different sort of stuff, and
I've never even done a bucket list, which I guess might be odd being the oldest one of the group.
Yeah, but it's not
nearing death.
Nobody. Yeah, I suppose you don't necessarily make a bucket list as in like, right, I need to do these before I die, but it's more just like, that'd be really, really cool to do, or it's just something you'd really, really like.
I've got a little story about bucket list, what I see on Facebook the other day, if you want to know about this. Anyway, this young girl, she had a bucket list in her 20s or whatever, but she had, like, I think a car accident or something, and she died, but she was an organ donor.
Oh, yeah.
And this older lady, who's in her 50s, I think, or something, she had a heart disease or something, so she needed a new heart. So she took the heart, obviously, from this young lady, and she's continuing the young girl's bucket list while she can, doing everything she wanted.
That's very cool. Yeah. I should do one then, because I'm an organ donor, and I want people to continue my. I'm only doing it in the hope that I can take them over somehow. With my heart's in someone else, I'll like possess them.
Sit there talking to them.
Yeah.
Or just like some
I'm going to give you heart.
Oh, and some random person's going to come in and go, "Oh, ChapterSkip podcast tonight, guys."
No, or just like you'll die, and then there's be this like sort of young chipper little kid who's like, "Oh, I can't wait to get nice
some little kid's going to go, oh, fucking Fight Club.
Yeah, and then it gets your heart, and it's just like, I hate everything. I like
Yeah, well, what about if they like you give someone a heartburn and you went to the cinema and you didn't like the film, you could give them heartburn so they have to leave. I'm gonna give you fucking heartburn now. Oh, I've got to leave.
I'm so sick of watching this. I'm gonna hyperventilate.
Based about the acid reflux.
Bucket lists. Yeah, back to them. I like buckets.
Yeah.
Put water in them.
I like lists.
Yeah, I like lists.
I like buckets. They never put the two together.
Yeah, I just have one of them on my bucket list.
I mean, there's always like countries you like to travel to and all that sort of thing, but there's often, I don't know, like Tokyo. I've got to do that one day.
Yeah.
But then
Japan. That's
kind
one
of
of my things.
Destination, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Japan.
Suppose,
Japan is definitely one of mine.
Yeah.
I really want to do a parachute jump. And every year, so it's almost
It's
like
not far from us actually. There is a place.
Yeah, and it's just, but it's one of those things that you have to sort of do it for charity, but you have to raise a certain amount. And it's like that thing. If you don't raise it, you either don't do it, or you have to like kind of cough up yourself. And it's a bit like, yeah, I want to do it, and I would obviously pay a certain amount of money, but then kind of lots and lots and lots of money. If you're not even raising anything for a charity, then it's kind of pointless to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a cool thing to do, but kind of like, am I really going to get any point from doing it? That's kind of,
Oh yeah, well it's just the thrill of it, and I just want to see, because you always
But
watch...
my memory's shit, so I'll be like, it was really good, what happened?
Spent a minute falling.
You'd have to film it.
It's windy.
Yeah.
You'd have to film it.
All I could hear was...
Describe your emotion.
You know, it's a bit like Gravity with the...
I was in my own 1 minute version of Gravity. Fell to the ground, I saw a handsome young chap behind me. It was just my parachute instructor.
It was me. I had a Johnny Bravo moment. 911, there's a handsome man in my house. Oh, never mind, it's just me.
Yeah, it's one of those things, because you always see people and they was like sitting on the edge of a plane sort of going, oh, I can't do it, and then they get pushed out. I just wonder whether I'd be one of those people sort of getting in the plane just going, oh yeah, it's going to be awesome. Can't wait to just do like a backflip out of it, and then get on the edge and just be like, oh my god, I'm so far up in the air now, and then But obviously,
I don't know how much faith I can put in what's essentially a bed sheet and some string. You know.
Technology has come a bit further from when you were young, Mark.
We're nowhere, lad. Did I ask you as well, when you take your parachute on board, did you pack your bag yourself? Like, what? No.
I didn't know I was supposed to. Shit.
Oh, it'd be like a cartoon. Oh fuck! I got the one with the anvil. Shit.
Oh no! There goes my sandwiches or something like that.
Pull the cord. My crisps.
Another little thing I'd like to do on my bucket list. I'd love to go to Venice, Italy. That's what I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to go.
Nice.
On the gondoliers.
I've just always wanted to go there. It's just fascinating me.
Super expensive going on the gondolas. So they were like, fuck it.
And you were frightened they were going to play It's a Small World.
It's a smaller world.
I got a tune for you. Do you like it?
Jump in the Venice.
No.
Just like drowned a bloke.
Can I do 4 minutes of it?
We went. I think we had a long weekend. We went like a Friday.
I'd love to go. I really would love to go.
Because people always go, "Oh, it smells."
I've heard that as well. Go in the winter, people.
Really nice people. No, we went summertime. I think it's fine. Because there's actually one of the islands that's got a beach on it called Lido, which is where we stayed.
I really want to go there.
Really nice place. Everyone was really friendly, apart from the German tourists. But I really liked it. Yeah, no, it's nice. I would go there again actually. I
like that. Not destinations and what else? I'm trying to think.
Well, like my friend who posted on Facebook, I'll give him a quick shout out. Gareth Sandy, what up? Nice picture on Facebook of you and a panda. I've done the same thing. That was definitely on my bucket list. Yeah. And a couple of years ago, I went to Zoo Atlanta in old Georgia in America, and I got to see myself a little panda and pose with the panda and whatnot. So that was something that crossed off my bucket list.
Pandas are a bit crap though, aren't they?
Pandas are amazing, but yeah, I do go.
They are crap.
They're boring.
They can only eat bamboo, which has pretty much no nutritional value at all.
They are the Wolf Creek of animals, aren't they? They don't do fuck all.
They're the Fight Club of nature.
They slow and they narrate what they're doing. I'm eating bamboo.
The maybe the Ip Man of pandas.
No, you didn't watch it.
I like pandas.
Yeah, so I've seen the pandas. That's kind of crossed off.
If they weren't as cute to look at, would people give a shit about them? Because you only eat bamboo, which has no nutritional value. You can barely survive on it. and you're crap at mating.
They
you
are
can
really
barely
shit.
breed. People have to go and help you breed.
They only breed once a year, is it? Or something?
If they look like mole rats, would people give a shit about pandas?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The pandas look like pandas, so that's why people think they're awesome. You know, people don't go, you know, sort of like, oh, cockroaches are amazing.
Yeah, that's what I
why
mean.
people go up to bears and go, oh, ain't they lovely? And it just wipes the face,
Wipes their
off.
face off. Oh, you've been watching Faces of Death.
I don't know.
I think mine's just more, destinations, but I'd like to do like a African safari kind of thing. And
Probably do a drum solo with Dave Grohl, because I'm a drummer, so...
Why Dave Grohl?
yeah,
Why not a better drummer?
It's just that, like, he's an influence, obviously.
why not the guy from Metallica?
No, he's
Tool
one.
bag.
Yeah, that'd be something. Or even go back in time and do a drum solo duet with Mitch
I think your
Mitchell and
bucket
Jimi
list has to
Hendrix.
be physically possible.
Alright, can't do that.
Go on, I'm going to travel in time.
I just went on the old Google and I've got a top 20 bucket list items.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how
I
many.
presume going to space would be in there.
Oh, that would. Oh, yeah, I'd definitely love to do that. I think that'd be incredible. But
What about the other way? Go like a deep sea.
I've got one. I'd like to see the Titanic, what's left of it.
you can. Didn't they bring it up?
That's still
Didn't they
there,
make a
guys.
movie about it?
You raised the
It's
Titanic.
still
as
down
well,
there,
didn't
there's still stuff
They
down
raised
there.
it, didn't they?
I thought there's still stuff down there.
They did bring it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because
Because they made a movie.
Find it online, see it online. See if they did.
You do. You got a bloody phone in front of you with a big cracked screen. Anyway, top 20 bucket list items. I don't know how many of these will apply to us, but go to the Super Bowl. Would that interest anyone?
Don't give a shit. I don't understand it.
I do like American football. It's quite good, but it's sort of boring in places.
I don't like watching sports in general. So like
Yeah.
doing sports is fine because you're involved and you're
Yeah.
taking part. But watching it, it's just like I'm watching other people.
That's
have fun.
like a massive spectacle, isn't it? It's just
To me,
kind of
it's like watching someone else watch a movie, and I can't see what they're watching.
right.
No, I'd rather be doing it than watching it.
Another destination one here. Go to Egypt and see the pyramids. Now, I always wanted to do that because I've got a massive fascination with like Egyptian gods and stuff like that. But after seeing many like documentaries and have you seen An Idiot Abroad?
Carl Pilkington.
You're probably not into that, but yeah, he goes there and it's just like sort of tourists and people trying to flog you stuff and like just litter and trash everywhere, and it's just like just kind of takes you apart.
I'd rather
from
go
it.
to places where you see them going on the Top Gear challenges. You see the Burma one.
I've seen some of
and
them.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
you've seen the Vietnam one.
Yeah.
The country looked amazing. It's like, God, that looks like a beautiful country. I'd love to go there. Or
Okay.
New Zealand, that kind of. Something with loads of scenery, you got
Yeah.
mountains and forests, shitloads of stuff to go and explore. Something like that. That's what would be my sort of thing.
Here's one for you, Mark. Fall asleep under the stars.
I've done that
I
one.
was going to say,
Thing.
I was going to say probably a lot of us have done
Been
that.
there, done that, intoxicated at the time.
Go deep sea fishing. Nah, it doesn't really interest me.
I'd rather go deep sea diving,
Yeah,
but I'm
yeah.
a really shit swimmer, so that's probably out for me.
Own a beach house.
Nah.
I'm not really one for like having a bucket list where I want to own things. I'm like, I don't want to earn loads of money and go, oh, I want a Porsche 911 and a Lamborghini and a massive mansion and a swimming pool and a Segway. Well, I do want a Segway.
If you're going to own something, it'd be a harem, wouldn't it?
A what?
A harem.
What's that?
Like with your 40 naked women that are there to tend to your every need.
I'm not allowed to do that.
No, but if it was on your bucket list, like, one day.
Yeah.
Naked slaves.
Learn to scuba dive. Yeah, that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
but
doing that
try paintball. Done that. Been there. Yeah, pretty cool. Complete a 365 day project. Take a photo a day for a year.
Nah.
Yeah, I can't be bothered with that.
No. I can't focus on anything for more than like 5 or 6 days. Never mind 365.
Yeah. Graduate high school. How's that a bucket list? That's
That's
silly.
like what most people do anyway. It's part of their life.
That's just life.
That's basically saying not die before I'm 16.
My bucket list is to not die.
Yeah.
Oh, are you doing well? Yeah.
Yeah, 40 years in so far. Going strong.
Well done, yeah. Visit Alcatraz. Anyone interested in Alcatraz?
Amy's been there, my wife's
Yeah.
been there. Yeah, they'd gone to Australia to visit some relatives and they stopped off at San Francisco and went over to Alcatraz.
Yeah, I've been to San Francisco and I saw Alcatraz Island, but I didn't go there.
Oh, it wasn't that foggy. That's usually it's
I
foggy
can
as
see
shit,
it, and
isn't
it's
it?
like just seals and shit just laying
I
about.
don't know if it appeals to me though as a.
No, not particularly.
It's just it's an old prison, but I think it's weird to have a. I don't know.
Add a lock to the Lovers Bridge in Paris. Who the fuck's written this?
I've never even
Fucking
heard of that.
women or something?
I've never even heard of that. Is that supposed to be some gay romantic thing?
Well, Lovers Bridge, I don't know. But you guys been to France or Paris or anything like
I've
that?
been Paris.
Been
Yeah.
France.
You guys been Eiffel Tower?
Seen it, didn't go up it. I was there on New Year's Eve or something. They have it all with different flashing lights.
Oh,
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up there when I was about 12 or 13, and I remember just being like so badass, and I threw 20p off and like, I'm gonna kill someone.
And killed a gendarme.
No, but then...
Killed a mime. So everyone applauded. Yay!
Just go straight through
And the
his head.
strange thing was, even in death, he was silent. There was no scream from him. He just fell over.
Like-
dedicated. Yeah.
Fly a hot air balloon, ride in a hot air
I wouldn't mind
balloon.
going in a hot air balloon.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting.
I can't say it's hot.
It's not a priority, but I'd give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, skydiving. Yep, it's on mine. Ride in a limousine.
That's just a car that you don't get to drive.
Yeah.
No.
Learn a different language. I think I've always wanted to do that, but it's a bit like it's effort, isn't it? You have to learn. It's like you can't just ingest it and you just go, start speaking
Download
Italian
it
or
into
you can't just download it. You've got to actually spend time saying random phrases in different
I've also,
languages.
if you're going to learn a different language, the best way to start should be from children's books. Because that's how kids learn to read, is from kids' books. Surely that's a good basic entry level way to read.
Yeah, but most people do start with very, very basic stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
You see like a red dot, and then underneath it says like red in whatever language. You kind of learn.
I just remember from like when you got taught French at school, and everyone's suddenly going like, right, you need to know your pronouns and conjugating the verb and blah blah blah, and you're like,
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I can barely do that in my own language.
yeah, I can barely speak English, let alone.
Well, they're
French.
saying that. My daughter, she's. Oh, God, I swear her brain's going to explode from how intelligent she is. 5 years old, the other day, her reading material to take up to her bedroom was her junior dictionary. Well, it's got pictures and things in. She's 5 and she now knows what synonyms and antonyms are.
Wow.
I was like, whoa, hang on a minute, what's going on here?
Sit down, little girl, and
like,
teach me something about synonyms
I'm
and
going to be
antonyms.
struggling to keep up with her at this rate.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
There's a couple more on there that are pretty bad though. Study abroad, build a snowman, learn to
Who hasn't
meditate.
built a... I suppose if you live in Australia, maybe.
Yeah, get a degree.
Nah.
Involved.
No.
So yeah,
There you
I think it's mainly travel stuff for me.
yeah.
same
I
here.
don't really want to own anything. Yeah, just go and see cool stuff. Go up cool stuff. I think I'd like to climb
I'd
a
like to
decent
go.
mountain.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Because this past New Year, I didn't go out partying or anything like that. I got in touch with a friend who was like, "How about for New Year we just climb up Snowdon?"
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, that sounds like a great idea. Then we planned to go on New Year's Day, and then it rained.
Yeah.
Then we planned to go the next day, and it was like super windy and rainy. And then like the day after that was like a Monday.
Yeah,
and
I'd like
go back
to
to
have a
work, and
crack
I was like, oh, I really want to go up there for like that would have been a cool New Year's thing, you know. I sort of ditched plans to do anything else, go out partying and stuff. I was like, yes, I'm gonna do this, you know. I went to like into town and got myself some like thermals, and I got myself a poncho just in case it rained, and an emergency blanket, and I got myself some little tankards of water, and it's like, and now I'm not going up there.
Should do it in the summer.
Yeah, but then it's finding the time to do it now, isn't it?
I'd like to do that though. That's why one of the most disappointing things was when I went to the Milton Keynes, was it Collectomania memorabilia, whichever one it was, and I got my ticket to go and meet Brian Blessed. He was there. So, because he's done a lot of, not everyone knows, but he was like a huge explorer as well. Well, I don't mean huge because he's big, but yeah, he's a big
He
explorer
got
and that as
frostbite
well.
on some of his fingers. Was it his hand?
No,
feet or something?
I know. What's his name? Did Ranulph
right.
Fiennes?
I thought it was something
He got
like that,
frostbite
right.
on his fingers, and then he got pissed off with it and went into his shed and just cut his fingers off because he got fed up with him.
No, it was one of them.
No, but Brian Blessed was good for that. And I had they got number tickets to go and meet him, but I think because he's getting on now, he must be 70, and he spent so long talking to people. Even though I was number 120 and I was there from the start, I think when we left, he was still on like number 60 something. It's like, shit, I'm never going to get to meet him. It was just like, please pick me up, giant bear man. Just carry me for a moment.
Just at least from down the hall, just shout, "Hello, Mark Green!"
You could just stroke his beard. Nestle in his beard.
The best story I ever heard him say was to do, I don't know if it was Everest or something, and it was on about the high winds, and obviously there when you go and take a dump, you have to shit off the mountain. So they've got some guy with the ropes to kind of hold him in one place, and he'd like stuck his arse out, had a shit off the mountain, gone back in the tent, and when they got back in the tent, someone pointed out to him, "You've got a turd on your shoulder." The wind was that strong and it whipped it out and landed it on him.
Imagine that. Something smells around here.
And I'm like, that's the kind of lifestyle I want to do. Go exploring and shit on my own shoulder.
Shitty shoulder.
Is it true they punched a polar bear?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, was that in the Arctic, whichever one it is?
I heard his voice, I bet he frightened it. Away!
I think
Get
it did.
away now! I'll
He
punch
said it came in
you!
his tent. they was in the tent, and it had been watching them. I think it decided to come into the tent, and it just went, "Oh, go on, fuck off," and punched it.
I'm gonna bop you on the snout. Bop. Polar bear's like, oh.
Yeah, the dude's at I only wanted an autograph.
I stood in line all this time. I got my little ticket, number 100. I just want to meet Brian Blessed. Fuck off.
Should have just tried to cut a bit of his beard off or something. Just run.
We're going to attack him.
He'll punch you in the face.
I've got one of his books, I made. He's written quite a lot of...
Don't put them scissors near me!
You say you were all out of topics to talk about.
I didn't make a lot of notes. I was looking through, like, trying to find new news stories or something. Oh, I've just thought of one. They're going to remake Martyrs. Have you seen that one, Joe?
Certainly have, and it's an amazing, crazy film.
It's still
it just doesn't give up, does it? All the way through, it's just vicious.
There's not a single moment in it.
There's not a happy moment in it.
It probably seems fairly cheerful the first 2 minutes as a family eating their meal, but that ends
that is the best scene of the whole film.
Within 3 or 4 minutes, that's it, and the film is just.
So, are they going to Americanise
really
it? Are they going to Americanise it? It's going to be like.
Yeah, it's going to. Right. There was, I think the guy, I can't remember his name, he was going to direct it, has dropped out because they've lowered the budget to $1 million, and they were kind of like, "Oh, you're the guy that makes $3 million movies, so you don't want to take a step back. You don't want to do a $1 million movie, so don't worry about it."
We'll someone like else. James Wan or something like that. He's
no, I can't remember who.
Did he do that?
No,
yeah, like your Contagions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, I can't remember what the guys. Was it someone? Oh shit! No, I honestly can't remember. But I'm just like, oh, why? But we've done down this road many a time.
Yeah, we have. I've got a couple of more things, but they're not really movie related, so I don't know whether to broach the subject, but they might be. It's kind of movie related. I see this article and it says, "Why are we drawn to sad movies?"
Are we?
Well, some humans are. Girls. Yeah, girls. And these sad movies, but apparently on cinematherapy.com they suggest that films allow us to confront real and deep feelings, sad feelings, in a safe, protected environment. They allow us to confront real issues by experiencing reality.
A safe, protected environment? A cinema full of strangers?
No, but the movie, you know. Watching the movie, you're living vicariously through those characters.
Right.
And it says, they allow us to confront real issues by experiencing reality in a safe distance on the screen because our emotional responses feel real. Now I thought we should probably transpose that onto like your favourite genre there, Mark. Why do you like horror movies? Is it because
they kill so I don't have to? Is that what
you kill vicariously through them.
Yeah. Watching them stop. Yeah, they say horror movies breeds killers. No, it stops us from becoming. Yeah.
So if you didn't have horror movies in your life, you'd be going around with it.
I'd be out there in the nude eating people's intestines.
you would. I don't know
Jason.
Why. Yeah. Why cannibal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd get hungry.
I personally, like for me, I love the genre because I just like to see the different depths and the work into it and stuff, how they do it, and that, you know.
Because it's not. It is about the thrill of the chase and the glory of the kill, but it's also from a technical standpoint where you're kind of like, damn, that effect was so good. Fuck it, you should do Cabin in the Woods for your.
Are you going to set me some more fucking?
Because no, it's very clever, and it is.
Or Martyrs.
No, I think Cabin in the Woods because we've mentioned it about this is the third podcast, maybe second or third podcast.
Yeah.
Because when I watched it again the other day, I forgot about something we can't tell Sean, but the whole thing, what it's behind. Yeah. It's kind of like us as viewers of the film, where the things that need to be appeased for craving this violence.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So I'm the only person that's going to get set new homework this week, aren't I?
You can set me new homework if you like.
No. It's either you have to ride It's a Small World for an hour, or you can watch Fight Club. Choose your pick your poison, Mark.
I'll give Fight Club a go.
You got to get your ass in gear and watch Ip Man.
I've got other stuff to do because I've had such a sort of busy week getting stuff sorted out. I haven't had time to even do a new review for anything yet. Yeah. I had one in mind and it would have been a ChapterSkip first because it would have been for a documentary. I don't know if I should say what it is because I might still... Oh, fuck it, I'll do it.
That'd be interesting. I really like that.
Do you want to know what it was going to be?
Or do we wait?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'll get around to doing it and it'd been well out of character for me to do this as well.
Why the fudge not? Yeah, go on.
Do you know what it was?
Yeah.
They're doing a documentary about bronies.
I've seen it.
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
I was going to review it.
Yeah.
And my daughter's got a
We've seen
My Little
that.
Pony toy, so I was going to have it talking to me.
Did we talk about it? I thought we talked about it. I know something about
I don't know,
it.
did we? It came out this Monday over here, I think.
Yeah, I've heard it.
It's
I've heard
been on
about it.
Netflix
Anyway.
for ages.
Yeah, that's what you
It's got a DVD release on
Right, yeah.
today.
It was
But
someone.
I was going to do a
I think
review
you
for
should
that.
definitely do it, actually.
Yeah.
That would be really interesting to hear,
I didn't
hear your
realise it was on
thoughts
Netflix because I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know whether to sort of give my sort of little mini review of it or whether to kind of just leave you to have your own opinions on it.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm going to get around to doing it because I think the next one, I can't name the film, it was a guy who subscribed to us recently, recommended it, and I watched the trailer for it and thought it looked like a good film, but I've managed to pick it up and I'm going to give that a shot, so I might do that for my next one. Just having time. I mean, you lent me your USB microphone the other week.
Yeah, have you tried
I haven't
that?
even took it out of the box yet.
Oh,
I've been
right.
that caught up this
Yeah,
week and other
yeah.
things. It's just been a
It's
bit
one of the things
struggle.
when you got a lot of stuff going on at home and whatnot.
It's the holidays, kids are off school, so my daughter's
yeah.
home all the time, and we've been doing loads of playing the Lego Movie video game.
Nice, yeah.
And reading dictionaries. So I found out from her that apples can be yellow, not just red and green, and she was amazed by that fact.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, if you're into facts, how about this then?
Oh.
Awesome
I've opened a whole
segue.
new can of worms here.
Awesome segue, might I add. The average human sheds 600,000 particles of skin every hour. That equates to about 1.5 pounds in a year, the weight of an iPad. That's just skin particles.
Yeah.
That's just flaky bits coming off your fingers and that.
How do they do this? Do they weigh a person at the end of the day? Do they just, you stand in this hermetically sealed room,
Yeah.
and then when you go, someone's going to go and... But surely, I don't know, because then whoever went in to clean up the skin particles would be then shedding their own.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
How long would it take to be enough skin particles to make another person?
I don't know. Well, 600,000 particles of skin every hour. That's probably, I don't know.
600,000.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
More if you've got leprosy, I guess.
it? Yeah, an arm and stuff.
Ah, my balls have gone.
Here's one. Your feet contain upwards of 500,000 sweat glands and are capable of producing as much as a pint of sweat a day. Yummy!
That's wrong.
That's something
Well,
I
they're
know.
capable of doing it, doesn't mean they do.
Yeah, doesn't mean you
We
just...
should point that out to everyone who's lying looking at their feet going, oh, you bastards.
I just cleaned the floor.
I just thought I stepped in a puddle. Yeah, I was just going to quickly hark back to Wolf Creek. There was a lot of feet shot in that. That's something I
I don't
noticed.
remember.
Was there?
I'm not a massive fan of looking at people's feet, and I just thought, stop showing me feet, bare feet. I was a bit like, jeez. Yeah, anyway, so, yeah.
I've always wondered why people are so bothered by feet. They're just hands on the end of your legs.
They are, but I don't know why. It's just one of them things. It's just a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know why. Speaking of toes and toenails, apparently fingernails grow at a rate nearly 4 times faster than toenails. Does that shock you?
No.
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 Yeah, because I always feel like I'm cutting my fingernails
More than,
quicker
yeah.
than...
Suppose it's
Yeah,
you do
fingernails
more-
don't actually grow when you die. That's a common...
Is it?
that's a myth, yeah. It's because your skin actually tightens, so it gives you the same with your hair. I think your skin all tightens and it gives the illusion that your fingernails are growing. There you go.
Wow.
I'll throw in a random fact for you that I know,
There you
and
go.
it may not actually be true.
Yeah.
I just heard it
May or
somewhere.
may not be true. If unravelled, your small intestine would stretch to 20 feet, about the length of a killer whale.
Is that different for a fat person?
No, I think if
Can I go out and go, my intestine's bigger than yours?
I think you're a fat person, it just probably gets wider, doesn't it?
Oh, it could be, yeah.
You
That's
probably-
more the stomach rather than the...
Yeah,
nose.
your stomach stretches. The body produces enough saliva in a lifetime to fill 2 swimming pools.
Damn.
Olympic swimming pools or just...
Paddling pools.
It's not specific, Mark.
Paddling pools.
I suppose it depends what you're doing. You get days where you could produce more. I don't know.
Well, it is something weird. I kind of picked that up because...
I'm not known to be dribbling a lot, so I don't know if
Well,
that's...
today at work I had an extremely dribbly day, right?
Is this
And-
when you're doing your... This house has a ramp where you're dribbling all over.
Whoa.
Well, the
It's
thing
an
is,
indoor swimming pool.
Yeah. I have enough saliva to produce a swimming pool. For those of you who don't know, who didn't listen to, I think it was chapter 3, wasn't it? I revealed that I recently got a new job as a voiceover artist. So I have to sit in a booth all day and read scripts off a computer. And there's countless times that I'm looking at my computer screen and it's just soaked with saliva. I'm just like, am I spitting that much? You know, it's my S's and my P's and my B's. It's just like littering my screen with just saliva and saliva. So it sounds a bit gross, but I tried a new tactic today. Today. Yeah, it is.
You tried
my tactic.
You tried it gay.
Yeah, a bit camper.
Yeah, to do voiceovers with a penis in my arse. Sorry, that was probably a bit too much.
That comes from being in the Ian McKellen booth, I guess.
You got a mouth guard on your microphone.
I've got a pop shoe.
I know. Did you eat a cracker beforehand to dry your mouth out?
No, something that's a bit more disgusting actually. I made myself a morning cup of tea, and then I drank all the tea, and I thought, what about if I try and get rid of the saliva before I do a voiceover? That way I can get the S's out and the P's without sort of slobbering everywhere. So I had myself a little spit cup. And by the end of the day, it was like nearly all the way full up, and I was like, this is a bit disgusting.
Are you going to save it to see if the thing about the swimming pools is true? Go at the local gym. Empty this pool. Just keeping it for my spit.
What's in this fridge?
When it's full up, you can use it if you want. I honestly don't mind.
Don't touch the fridge. It's got all my spit samples. Jars of spit.
Yeah, somebody just comes in my booth. Why have you got 15 cups full of spit on your desk?
Someone's going to come in, lemonade.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's quite frothy.
Yeah. So and I don't. It's weird. It's like it's my own little kind of keeping myself busy in a mental kind of way. It's my own little scientific kind of thing to see if I can produce more voiceovers with less spit, so to speak, coming out of my mouth. Which with more spit. You know, if I get rid of the spit before I do a take, does it increase productivity? Or does it just mean that I get less spit on my screen?
Or are you just going crazy and you're going to have your boxer shorts on your head soon? Don't come in! Shitting in the corner of the booth.
Can you see it
doing
in
a voiceover?
Hey? Can you see it in the booth?
Yeah, it's like a little porthole.
Past and just see you going dribbling into your cup.
Oh, look at it.
This focal feature fireplace.
Yeah.
You do it with noises.
But the funny thing is, right, I did a take and I had the microphone in front of me, and then I'd sort of like press record and I'd take a sort of deep breath and I'd go like a little in the cup, and then I'd take a thing and then like mess up, and then I'd put the cup around my mouth and I'd just start going. I was like doing a bait. I just thought I just had to. Yeah. And I thought, what a
Actually, I've got a cup here.
Yeah, if people can hear me next door just doing random Bane video properties.
This semi-detached house can be found in Gotham.
Oh. And Batman, you can move in when I allow you to move in.
By now.
Yeah. One last little fact about the human body. We mentioned it earlier when Mark was going to transpose his heart into a young little boy.
What? I'm not transposing anything into a virus.
Yeah, you're talking about stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve metal. There you go. Fun little fact for you.
Woo.
But over how long a period of time?
Good point. I don't know.
Just general oxygen is strong enough to dissolve metal eventually.
Go get a bit of metal and I'll swallow it. And I'll swallow it.
Yeah, see?
And then we'll see if I'm dead next week or not.
Next week we'll see if it's come out your ass, like melted,
if it comes out
bleeding internal bleeding.
If it passes successfully, you're just gonna have to swallow it again and keep going.
Until I get internal bleeding.
Right. We'll give you a penny. You swallow it. See if your stomach acid can melt it. If not, you'll have to pass it. You have to swallow it again. Then you can become 1p man.
Yeah.
It won't actually. I know someone who was counting out his change and he had his coins in his mouth and accidentally swallowed a quid. So he had to wait a couple of days.
Does he count him
and
in
then
his
it came out
mouth?
one, so he cleaned it and.
Yeah, but he didn't swallow it again. He didn't put
he
more acid
just
on
went and bought something.
That's what I mean. I want multiple takes of it. Swallow it, shit it out, clean it, swallow it again, so it's got maximum time in.
Blasphemous towards the Queen.
I don't know.
That'd be a bit of modern art, wouldn't it?
A bit of modern art.
Yeah, modern art.
Yeah. Stick it in a gallery. What's this? It's a melted 1p.
What
from my stomach.
I'd be more impressed
if
you could eat alphabeti spaghetti and then shit a sentence. Then I'd be impressed.
Or spit a sentence.
No, I think shit in it.
See, I think Joe's got his homework now. It's not to watch a movie. It's to swallow random things and shit things out in weird orders.
Check my channel, joeeats.com.
Joe poops things.
Joe poops things, cleans them, then eats them again. Today I'm eating a candle. Join us next time. I'm going to eat a tree.
Did the old lady really die from swallowing a fly? Let's find out.
Has anyone watched any good stuff lately?
Well, I watched. I'm on the second series of American Horror Story. Eli Roth's not in it though.
No, it's not turned up yet.
No, I'm
Still Zachary Quinto, isn't he? He hasn't transformed into Eli Roth.
Still bloody waiting for
Eli
it.
Roth is Spock.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Jew Spock.
Jew bear.
The Bear Vulcan. Twatting people with a baseball bat. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, I'm on this. I finished the first season of American Horror Story. We was talking about. Well, I was talking about it last week.
I think we talked about it the last couple of weeks. I mean, you're sort of in.
Yeah,
depth in that,
and no, that was really good, and it finished really well. Real good, good story. It was solid. The second series, it's got the same people in it again. They're all turning up in it, but it's all in an asylum in the 60s. Okay. And it's to do with, like, obviously in the 60s, the alien sort of thing. And
there was a lot of aliens about in the 60s.
Yeah.
They're all over the place.
Area 51.
I just went locally, just, you get them moving in down the road.
Hello, aliens.
And then they'd be like, oh, there's a family of aliens moving in. Don't like them.
But, no, it's really good. I've got 2 episodes left, and it's really, really good story.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
See, I think the new second episode of Game of Thrones is tonight. I've still not watched episode 1 yet because I've still got 4 episodes.
Last week, didn't it?
Yeah, Mondays I think it's on over here. And I've still not watched it yet because I've still got 4 episodes of Spartacus to watch, which I must. I don't know why, I've just had one of them weird weeks where I didn't get around to doing much. Mm-hmm. And I need to get them done, rip through them, and then I can start on Game of Thrones and then find something that's already been completed so I can sit and then read.
Well, may I suggest True Detective?
I wouldn't mind giving that a go, yeah.
Because, we haven't talked about it in past podcasts, and you did say you were slightly interested in seeing it.
what you told me about it was intriguing.
Yeah, only 8 episodes. They are an hour long each,
okay.
so 8 episodes, you could probably rinse through that in, a couple of days or so.
There's also the Dust Till Dawn series,
I was just about to bring that.
That's on Netflix at the moment, but they're doing that weekly thing.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6
I think the fifth or sixth episode out now.
Really good,
I don't know how many it's going to be, but I think that's what, as soon as it's done, I'm going to rip through that because I've heard good things about that one. I don't know what else. I did catch up on because of the last podcast of rewatching the Phantasm films. I've done 1 and 2, got 3 and 4 done this week, so I'm all caught up, ready for that. I forgot how good they were. Actually, number 4 especially, but it's odd things. Was it number 3 or 4? It works really well because he'd found a load of sort of cut footage. So he's putting them in as flashbacks, but he's seeing flashbacks of stuff that you never actually saw in the original film, but it's definitely them as their younger selves.
I've seen them a while back now. I've got to watch them again because it's been a while since I watched them.
But the stuff that was in the first film that he tied into the third one, there's a bit where you see the tall man walking down the road, he's got his ice cream van and the cold air's coming out and he sort of stops and has a reaction to the cold air and he suddenly, I guess he's rewatched it and thought, we can put that in, and he's done it in the third film. It's like, look, this happened and we've realised he doesn't like the cold, and they've really clever.
No, they're great. They're great.
Number 5, I'm like,
Hyped for it.
Really want that.
I haven't done much watching of stuff this week, but on, I think it was Saturday, I watched Blood Diamond. You guys heard of or seen that movie?
Wasn't that one of the Anaconda movies? Anaconda 2, Blood Diamond.
No. It's a movie based on the Civil War in Sierra Leone over diamonds and stuff like that. It's got Leo DiCaprio in it, Jaimin Hansu, and Jennifer Connelly, I think it was. It's sort of about those sort of 3 characters. You've got Jaimin Hansu, who's like a sort of a native African, and his village gets taken over by the rebels. And he gets separated and forced to work in not a diamond mine, but like they go to the rivers and they have to sort of shake out the dirt and find the diamonds.
I quite like him actually. I've not seen him, Jaimin Hansu, in a lot of films, but he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah, I've never seen him act before, but I remember his name from
Gladiator and what was one of the Stephen? Yeah, did we mention him in the Stephen Sommers thing?
We mentioned him in the Guardians of the Galaxy because he's playing Korra the Pursuer, and I remember his name, and I saw him on the box, the DVD box, and I was like, that's cool. I'll actually get to see him act. And I was like, wow, this guy can.
Yeah, he was in Gladiator,
actually,
and I think he was in Deep Rising.
But yeah, he was really good in Blood Diamond, and he's sort of working in the field, working in this plot, and he finds this massive diamond, and it's got like a sort of a pink coating to it, so that's what we call like the Blood Diamond, and it's really clear, and it's obviously worth like millions and millions of pounds and stuff like that. And Leonardo DiCaprio's character is he's Zimbabwean, so he's got a weird sort of South African accent. And when he first come on screen, I was like, "What? He sounds like a parody. Like he's he sounds like he's doing an accent of a South African. But then I realised after watching District 9 and Elysium that most people who are even native South Africans do sound a bit like a parody of a South African. Like Shalto Copley, when he's talking like that Afrikaans accent, you're like, that sounds really
It is a strange accent.
Yeah, it's a really strange accent. So I was a bit like, yeah, you kind of sound a bit weird, DiCaprio there.
It's kind of Australian meets Geordie.
Yeah, so obviously it all kind of comes together because DiCaprio's character, he's a diamond dealer, and the people in the UN are trying to stop all these diamonds coming through because of the rebels in Sierra Leone, you know, making all these child soldiers and stuff like that. And Jaimin Hunso's character's son gets put in the rebel camp, and like he becomes like a sort of a child soldier, with, you know, massive guns and.
That's Blood Diamond.
Yeah, I thought like.
Is that an old?
2006.
Oh right.
Yeah,
okay.
it's sort of fairly old, and
It's not. Oh, it's not that. I was thinking a lot older, but yeah.
it's one of those movies. But like, nah, I can't really be bothered to watch it. Put it on. By the end, I was like, oh yeah, pretty good movie. And then like, not probably as good as, but there was a couple of moments kind of akin to Captain Phipps, where Jaimin Hunso's character just literally just sort of like breaks down and just sort of like has this sort of moment of just like sort of shivering. You know, when you're shivering, you got like goose pimples. You're like, wow, that was quite a sort of a powerful
cool.
scene. You know, yeah, I thought it was really good. So,
I will check it out, but I've got to do this Fight Club.
You have, yeah.
I will do it. I'll try.
Don't watch.
No, I'll do it.
There is no try.
Yeah,
there's only do.
Don't watch an extra 4 minutes, 8 minutes.
Yeah, just watch it in 4-minute segments over the next like year or so.
I'll do it. I'll bear with it. Does that narration soon end? I guess, and you actually get to something going on.
It's a common theme throughout it, but it fits the movie. It's not like he's narrating it because it needs narration. No. He's narrating it to. He's adding to the story. It's not just like.
It's not narration for, we better do it as exposition.
No, it's not the exposition. It's part of his character. He narrates because that's part of his character, and it gives depth to his character. It sort of adds an extra.
For once, Helena Bonham Carter. What is it?
Helena Bonham Carter
has quite a good role.
For
no,
what?
she
talk. Don't you think?
She's a twat.
Why not?
You don't like her.
I love Fight Club, but
I thought she was alright in it.
No, she just annoys the hell out of me. But before we get angry and I start throwing things around the room, we should probably wrap this up like the proverbial baby Jesus. You need to get off.
About the what?
I don't know, it's just something they pop
Wrap it up like the proverbial baby Jesus.
Yeah, to wrap him up, didn't they?
Let's wrap it up like a burrito.
Yeah, we could do that.
Like a Jesus burrito.
Wrap it up like a mummy.
Yeah, wrap him up.
So I was thinking the other day, I was listening back to our podcast. We've got an intro, we've got a whole like, hello and welcome to ChapterSkip. But we don't really have a sign out, do we? We don't really have a.
I do that. I'm still Mark.
Yeah, but it's not like a. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time when. Boom. We just kind of sort of say
12
goodbye.
people listen to this.
Yeah, good point. They probably don't make it up to this point, do they?
No.
If you made it this far, good job.
Thanks very much. If you made it this far, please comment in the comments.
Yeah, if you can think of a good out for us, rather than just thanks for listening.
And actually, think about it. If you'd like to suggest some homework for us, we'll have
That's a really good idea. Yeah.
And then if it is something that none of us have seen before, or some of us haven't seen before, then yeah, we'll give it a shot.
If Mark can be bothered to watch
if it'll get, I will do it. If it's something I've not seen before, then I'll do it. I'll definitely watch Fight Club this week.
Yeah.
I know you said Jeff. Joe will definitely.
Jeff.
Joe will definitely.
Jeff.
Jeff will live.
We'll watch 2p man.
1p man.
Yeah. 1p man.
Yeah, so
are we going to do Cabin in the Woods for Sean, do you think?
if you want to set that for me,
It's a great film. I just hope you
give it a shot. See what you think. I think it's
really
something
hope you enjoy it, you know.
That's fair enough, yeah. Sort of not looking forward to watching it, but I will watch it. I will sit through it, because I am a good boy and I do my homework.
Oh, here we go. Teacher's fucking
I'm a high horse.
Look at the swat bringing an apple for teacher. Can I clean your chalkboard, sir? Can I?
Can I rub your chalk for you? You know what I mean?
On that note.
Can I buff your board? Anyway, yeah, we need a good sign out, but I'll just say thanks for listening on behalf of Sean. No, on behalf of ChapterSkip. See, we really need to sign out. Yeah. On behalf of Sean, I'm Sean, he's Sean, and he's Jeff.
I'm Jeff.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Subscribe to the podcast channel. Subscribe to the ChapterSkip main channel. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. It's all just /ChapterSkip or ChapterSkip podcast. And we'll keep in contact with you guys. We're going to do this weekly. So on behalf of ChapterSkip, I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mark.
No, you're still Mark.
I am still. I was gonna.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm going.
Right, howdy.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Adios.